Hello everybody, it is Anomaly 505 here. Today I'll be showing you how to make this Toon shader. As you can see, it's not only reactive to white light, but to all the light, all color of light. Okay, so I'm going to be completely transparent here. I spent a couple days working on this, and there is a big limitation I found. And if anyone can tell me in the comments how to fix this problem, it'd be greatly appreciated. I'll make an updated video showing how to fix the problem if and when I do figure out how to fix it. So the problem being is if you have a darker value on your main color, it quickly desaturates the light colors, and I can't seem to find out why for the time being. But that's I just want to be completely transparent that this is a limitation of the shader I've made. Okay, so now that we're through with that, let me demonstrate what this shader can do. So let me quickly, there you go. Let's go to a simple Toon shader. As you can see, Toon shader I made in my last video. Very simple setup, but something that becomes very obvious once you start using it is that it's only reactive to white light. You see, this is a blue light, and it just thinks it's a darker white light. That's all they can see. Because what the shader does, it takes the data, the light data, it turns it to RGB, and we just essentially posterize the output. But when we posterize it, we're not taking into consideration what colors were there. We're only taking into consideration how light and dark the parts were. So that's what causes that to happen. So I went to make this shader that takes into consideration not only the value, but also the hue and saturation as best as I could. As you can see now with this shader, if I enable the blue light, shows up, green light shows up, red light shows up, and all together, it's much more closely resembles a actual material, a non-Toon material, as you can see. Yeah. It's not just these like what do you call it, extreme RGB colors. There's also works on rainbow. Let's play that. Check that out. That's the whole spectrum of color going through that, so you can see how that reacts. And you can set the light color to whatever you want, and it'll react accordingly. This light, or somewhat accordingly. Yeah. So let's get started into how to make it. First, let me disable that one and re-enable these three. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Okay, so this is what it'll look like as we're making it. This whole mess of nodes, but then I'll show you how to condense it down to this nice little node group. Okay, so let's get started with the tutorial, shall we? So let me hide that. A couple prerequisites I recommend before we get into it. Make sure you're in your viewport shading, and make sure you're go over here, your color management, your view transform is set to standard. So it's the colors can pop more that way without having filters applied to it to make it look more realistic, which could lead to desaturation of the colors. Also, go to your preferences menu and go to your add-ons and enable the Node Wrangler add-on. It's not essential, but I highly recommend it to use. It's not showing up. Hold on, let me okay, there we go. So in your select edit, go to preferences, and this menu should pop up. Now go to, oh, did not mean to full screen that. Go to your add-ons and search Node Wrangler, and it should be built in. And so just use that, just enable it. It makes working with this much easier. Okay, so now that we have all that, make sure your scene's empty. I maybe add in a couple lights so you can see what you're working on as you're working on it. I have a white light, blue light, green light, and red light all here just so I can see. so I can troubleshoot the shader as I was working on it. All right, so Shift A, add in a UV sphere, shade smooth, create a new material, name it Toon, nope, Advanced, or whatever you want to call it. Up to you, really. And let's get started with this thing. So, delete principled BSDF and create a diffuse BSDF. Now we'll need a shader to RGB. Now we need a separate color. And let's get started in this right now. So BSDF to shader, color to color. Set the separate color to HSV for hue, saturation, and value. Now we're going to need a combine color. Plug in, make sure it's set to hue, saturation, and value. Now plug in the hue and saturation. Set the value to 1. Right? Let me just plug this into here so you can see what I'm working on. Yeah, I'll put it a bit more this way. Now we're going to need another separate color. Set this one to RGB. And we're going to need 3 math nodes. So math, Shift D to duplicate 2 times. There we go. Set this one to add. Oh, these 2 should be already on add. Set the last one to divide and set the second value to 3. Okay, now for the first math node, put red in the top value, green in the bottom value. Second math node, put blue in the bottom value. And third math node, that one should be fine. Now need a mix color node. Set the mix or the blending mode to difference, and now set the factor to 1. Set this bottom color to complete white, and now plug in the move it over here. Plug in the color into the this color from the combined color node into the A port of this node. Now add in a hue, saturation, and value node. Plug the result into the color and set the hue to 1. All right. Now let's add in 2 RGB nodes at the time being. Shift D to duplicate. Set the top one to pure white and the bottom one to pure black. Now add in a color ramp. Put this right here or wherever really. Now grab the value from this first separate color node and plug it into the factor. There we go. So now we need another separate color node. Duplicate over here. This one should be set to hue, saturation, and value. Move it right next to this RGB node and put the color into color. Now get a combine color node. Or do I have one? Right here. Hue, saturation, and value again. Move it over. And get a math node and put it in between them. So this math node should be set to subtract. Set the bottom value or plug our result from up here into our bottom value. Hold on, let me make this bigger just for it's nicer to see. So set the result from up here into the bottom value. Plug the value result from this one into this value. And now plug the value back into the bottom and just cross the hue and saturation over the node. Now we need another math node. I don't know why I did that. I could have just duplicated the other one. Set this one to multiply. Set the top value to our result from this one, and the bottom value should be 2. Now add in a mix color node. Plug that one in here. This the result from this node should be the factor. Value A or color A should be the color from our node over here. Color B should be the result from this hue, saturation, value node over here. Okay. See what that looks like so far up here. It's loading. Okay, that's what we have so far. So now we have our lights or all of our light colors. Now we need to add in the shade. So we need another mixed color node. The factor should be the color from this color ramp down here that we set up earlier. So put that into the factor. Bottom color should be the results from this mix node, or yeah, this mix node, and the top color should be this RGB node. And now plug that in, and that's basically the shader. Now we add in our color steps. Go down to our color ramp, add as many steps as you want. I'll put in 2, and set the interpolation to constant. Oh, you don't need to have constant interpolation. This is just for a cell shaded look. You can go for a Toon look just fine if you use linear, and you move over the values so they're closer together. You know, that's when I use my little guy in the corner. Whenever I render him out. Anyway, but we're gonna go for a more of a cell shaded Toon look. So let's add in the color steps and make it constant. And there we go. That's the node. You can set the colors to whatever you want. And yeah. So now we have all this, kind of a lot to look at. And if you want to edit it, it's kind of annoying to go to the middle here and select whatever colors you want. So time to condense it down. I say condense it down. Time to make it into a node group. So select both these. Oh, yeah, select both these and drag them over here. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Drag them over here. And now hold Shift, right click, and cut them like that. Now delete both these nodes and move this off to the side. And just drag select everything and make it right here. Control G to make group. Now grab this little thing, plug it into right here. Oh. Other way around. Grab this, plug it into there. Same thing right here. And now go to your right menu right here in your group and just name them so it's easier to read later. Shadow and shadow. Okay, so now we have those two. We can push tab, and now we're back out here. Now we can move them closer together. You can rename the node group from here. Toon 1. My caps lock was on. Anyway, so now we have that. You can just set it to whatever you want to, and you have this nice little node group that you can add in whenever you want by Shift A, go to a group, and there it is. Toon 1. There we go. So that's how you make that. Yeah, so going back to the showcase node here. If anyone can find out any way how to fix this, please tell me in the comments. It'd be greatly appreciated. And that should be in the tutorial. Thank you all for your time. If you liked the video, please like it. It'd be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more from me, please subscribe. The next video I plan on making is a character designing tutorial, or not tutorial, a little video of me designing a character and walking you through how I make a simpler character, how I rig them, and how I apply materials and texture them. If you're interested in that, please subscribe. And thank you all for your time. And goodbye. Hello everybody, Outro Anomaly here. I forgot to mention in the video, but I will be uploading this entire Blender file over to my Gumroad if anyone wants to take a crack at fixing my issues here, or just if they want to take the node group from the file and use that. I'll also be uploading another Blender file that has a different node group that I've been working on. I call it Toon Advanced. It has a lot of customizability to it. It has built-in ambient occlusion and edge lighting. It also has normal maps. So if you think you'd be interested, you can go to my Gumroad by going to my channel and clicking on the link in my about section. Yeah, anyway, that'll be all for me. Goodbye.